When you call a successful black person a coon, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think he's going to stop paying his mortgage? Do you think she's going to stop sending her child to college? Do you think he's going to close his business? Do you think she's going to move back to the hood to prove she's black? Do you think they're going to stop investing and stop getting married and stop buying property and stop protecting their children and stop building wealth because somebody on the internet called them Uncle Tom? That's not happening. And in fact, the opposite is happening. The more successful black people become, the more they move away from the chaos, both mentally and physically. They move away from the dangerous neighborhoods. They move away from the mentality that caused those dangerous neighborhoods. They move away from people who normalize criminal behavior. They move away from people who think every bad decision is somebody else's fault. They move away from people who shame education, who shame marriage, who shame ownership, who shame discipline, who shame responsibility. And once they move away, the insults don't hit the same no more. You just long distance. You can call them whatever you want, but they're not listening the way they used to, the way they had to. And that's why this old language is failing. Sambo, coon, Uncle Tom. It used to work because a lot of black people were trapped in the same economic, social spaces. If everybody was in the same ghetto or neighborhood, the same church, the same school system, the same job market, the same social circle, shame had power back then. That's when people like Umar Johnson, that's where he got his playbook from. All these men and women out here dating white folk, and he don't get them decent black dudes right here got their own personal snow bunny right now, be sitting up laughing at Umar Johnson. Same thing for black women. We don't go to church together. We don't see each other. They can just turn you right off and you never exist. See, when people move up, they move out. And when they move out, they build new networks. When they build new networks, they stop needing approval from people who are still stuck. And when they stop needing that approval, the old insults lose power. They don't care what you think. And that's what you're seeing right now. A growing number of black people aren't scared of being called names anymore. They're not scared of being called conservative. They're not scared of being called bougie. They're not scared of being called boule or sellout or coon. They're saying, call me whatever you want, but my kids aren't going to be raised. They're going to be raised with standards. My family is going to be protected. My money is going to be managed. My household is going to be stable and in order. My children are going to understand the law and the consequences of breaking the law. And I'm not going to defend foolishness just to prove I'm down and I'm black. And that's why this Carmelo Anthony conversation has hit such a nerve, because this case didn't just divide people over the verdict. It divided people, black people, over our values. Which direction are we headed? One side saying a black child was convicted, so we're going to just defend him no matter what. And the other side is saying a black child made a bad decision. Even if we don't explain the decision honestly, more black children are going to make that same mistake if we don't. And one side is trying to shame that group of black people with insults. And the other side is saying that shame doesn't work on me because I'm not building my life around your ghetto approval. So let's be clear. Calling people these names, Sambo, Coon, Uncle Tom, Boule, Bougie, it ain't going to stop nothing. It's not going to stop the conversation. You are not in their tax bracket. You are not in their clubs. You're not in their organizations. You're not in their peripheral. You're not even in their rear view mirror. They so far removed from you. It's not going to stop black people from demanding discipline. It's not going to stop black people from wanting safe communities. It's not going to stop black parents from telling their black children to walk away, not the ones who love them. It's certainly not going to stop black professionals from saying the law that matters. And that's what you heard me say. And it's not going to stop black families from moving away from that dysfunction and calling it out when they see it. We are returning to values that actually produce stability like we had before the 1950s. And that shaming language is failing because the audience has changed. Black America isn't majority poor anymore. Black America has more college graduates, more homeowners, more professionals, more business owners, more people trying to protect what they built and have a lot to lose. And those people aren't going to let broke, angry, unstable, or reckless Black people define what Blackness is for us. They're not going to let the loudest people set the standard. They're not going to let people who defend chaos tell them they betrayed the race because they believe in order. And that's the real divide. See, this is not just a left versus right. It's not just Willie D versus Dennis Sperling. It's not just old versus young. It's not just poor versus rich. It's a divide between people still thinking racial loyalty means defending everything that a Black person does, no matter how degenerate or how wrong. And people who believe real racial loyalty means telling Black people the truth before the world punishes them, as you see them setting up to do. See, I'm on the side of telling the truth. Shout out to Everett Overton. Thank you so much for the $99.99. And see, there's another reason that this shaming language is failing. Black people we don't live around y'all no more, man. We not in the old hood. It doesn't have the same power we used to have. In many of these cities, the hood has been gentrified. It's been redeveloped. It's been priced out. It's been broken up or scattered. And even where the hood still exists physically, it doesn't control Black social life the same way it did in the 1950s and the 1960s and the 1970s. The street don't run shit no more in the Black community. See, back then it was much easier to give another Black person a piece of your mind because Black people still heavily packed into the same neighborhoods and went to the same churches and the same schools, and we went to the same barbershops and the same beauty shops, same social clubs, same family networks. If somebody called you out your name or question your dedication to the community, they call you Uncle Tom or sellout, that could follow you around your whole community. Your pastor might hear about it. Your teacher might hear about it. Your mother's friends might hear about it. Your neighbors might hear about it. Your cousins might hear about it. That kind of shame had power because the Black community is more socially close. But that world has faded. The people aren't all in the same places anymore. They don't all go to the same churches. Their children don't attend the same schools. We don't all live in the same neighborhoods. Hell, they all don't marry the same kind of people. You know what I find ironic? All these so-called pro-Blacks, most of them got white girlfriends, white baby mamas. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that? Long-lasting relationship. That's the irony. Somebody type irony in the chat room. Your favorite pro-Blacks got white women in their life. Did y'all know that? Huh? They don't tell you.